Let's start with chapter 4 called Reverse Engineering. So, what is reverse engineering? Reverse engineering is the concept in which we just take an object or a piece of code and, with the help of some specialized software, try to reverse the program in machine code. Software reverse engineering is done to retrieve the source code of a program because the source code was lost in order to study how the program performed certain operations and to improve the performance of a program or to fix a bug to identify malicious content in a program such as a virus. These are some of the tasks in which we use reverse engineering. Now let us take a look into some of the areas where reverse engineering can be applied. As we know, reverse engineering is a scientific process to find out the blueprint of the technology or product. If the document is lost and the person who made the technology is unavailable at the time, we can apply reverse engineering in any field. We can apply this to product engineering, chemical engineering, where certain conditions are applied, software engineering, even in human science. We can use reverse engineering to explain the origin of the species, but the terminology would be different. Mentioned here are the few areas where we can apply the concept of reverse engineering to study and understand the inner model and structure of the product, which helps us to understand the product in a much better way. Now let us take a look into DMCA Act. The Digital Millennium Copyright Act is a controversial US digital rights management law passed on October 28, 1998 by President Bill Clinton. The intent behind DMCA was to create an updated version of copyright laws to deal with the special challenges of regulating digital material. Broadly, the aim of DMCA is to protect the rights of both copyright owners and consumers. Revisions were made to DMCA to allow specified exceptions, such as encryption and security research. Industry, consumer, and civil rights groups continue to appraise the law, and many states are considering their own versions. In April 2003, a group called the Broadband and Internet Security Task Force produced an update to the law, sometimes referred to as Super DMCA. Let us now delve into what exactly is a disassembler. A disassembler is a software that converts machine language instructions into assembly language instructions. As the term implies, a disassembler performs operations that are inverse of the operations performed by an assembler. A disassembler is used to translate machine code into a human readable format. A disassembler may be standalone or interactive. A standalone disassembler, when executed, generates an assembly language file which can be examined, and an interactive one shows the effect of any change the user makes immediately. Any interactive debugger will include some ways of viewing the disassembly of the program being debugged. Often, the same disassembly tool will be packaged as a standalone disassembler, distributed along with the debugger. Listed here are some of the famous debuggers, such as IDA, OllyDebugger, which is a 32-bit assembler level analyzing debugger, and Oliver and Simon include disassemblers for assembler and COBOL. Now we shall discuss about decompilers. Decompiler can be defined as reverse compiler's work. Decompilation converts binary executable files to higher level computer languages. Without a decompiler, a developer has to figure out how instructions in the binary file perform a task. Or, in other words, we can say a decompiler, like a disassembler, works via reverse engineering. The decompiler translates a compiled code or an executable file into high level code. A decompiler can be useful for following purposes, such as recovery of lost source code, debugging programs, and antivirus capability to find vulnerabilities. In this slide, we shall see about program obfuscation. Obfuscation is the method of making a program code, namely the source code obfuscated means make the code difficult to understand. Programmers may deliberately obfuscate code to conceal its purpose or its logic in order to prevent tampering. deter reverse engineering, or as a puzzle or recreational challenge for someone reading the source code. A program obfuscator is a sort of compiler that takes a program as input and produces another program as output. We call the output program the obfuscated program. The three conditions that we want from an obfuscator are functionality, efficiency, and obfuscation. Let us now discuss the obfuscator conditions one by one. Functionality. The obfuscator program should have the same functionality as the input program. Means obfuscation will not change the functionality of the program. It should be the same as before obfuscation. Next would be efficiency, wherein the obfuscated program should not be much less efficient than the input program. And the last one is obfuscation, which means that making the source code would be harder to understand. Here is a free .NET obfuscator called Confuser. Confuser is a protector or obfuscator for .NET, providing great security to .NET applications. Its features include anti-debugger, anti-memory dumping, anti-decompile, preventing any tampering of the assemblies, encrypting codes and encrypting constants, and which includes numbers and strings. Apart from that, we have Sharp Obfuscator, which is a software protection tool designed to help .NET developers protect their software effectively. It will obfuscate and protect your .NET code, optimize your .NET assembly for better deployment, minimize distribution size, increase performance, and add powerful post-deployment debugging capabilities. Its features include obfuscating properties, obfuscating method internal code, save or load project, remove non-useful code, and metadata, which is called pruning, and the last one is optimization. Obfuscar is a basic obfuscator for .NET assemblies. It uses massive overloading to rename metadata in .NET assemblies, which include the names of methods or properties, events, fields, types, and namespaces to a minimal set, distinguishable in most cases only by signature. Now we shall take a look into Java bytecode decompiler. Compiled Java classes can be decompiled if there is no obfuscation during compilation step. There are several tools to do this job. One of them is free and available for several platforms and is named as JAD. Let us take an example of the command which is used to decompile a single class. Syntax is JAD -s java space class space file name. For example, JAD -s java sample.class. So this will be all for the module on reverse engineering. Next up will be a demonstration for the same. Thank you.
Hi, today I'm going to show you a practical demonstration how to reverse engineer a WinRAR application, that is WinRAR 3.71. In this tutorial I'll show you how we can reverse engineer an application and try to figure out at which level and try to figure out whether we are able to decode the application part or not. For an example, you have downloaded many crack versions and keygens from different websites online, and then you can use that evaluation copy of the software in full form. So this is one of the tutorial with which you can make your WinRAR 3.71 application evaluation version copy into a full version. So let's see how we do it. So to achieve this task we need some simple softwares, like first of all the WinRAR application itself, that is 3.71 version, and an only debugger software. It is a Windows debugger which will decompile this application and debug this application and show us the assembly language or the machine language code of the application. On the other hand side, what else we need is a utility called CodeFusion, Okay, sorry. Another end, what we need is another utility called resource hacker, with which we're able to manipulate some dialog boxes in the application itself. So now let's start with the practical. So first of all, what we need to do, we need to install this WinRAR application into your machine and just extend the time of the machine of your machine, so that once you click onto the application, it will show you that the application is got expired, and you will see this type of prompt onto your screen. Like you see, you will read it over the, please note that the WinRAR is not free software. After a 40 days trial period, you either buy a license or remove it from your computer. So let's see how to remove this prompt, and you can use it for your lifetime as a free software. Isn't it cool? So let's begin. First of all, what you need to do, you need to start your Ollie Debugger application. It's your Ollie Debugger application. You just need to start it. Fine. This is the interface of your Ollie Debugger application. In this Ollie Debugger application, you need to open your WinRAR application. So where it is installed in your C drive, then in your program files, and here is your WinRAR. Yeah. So now you can see the assembly language part of the WinRAR application, which is quite a bit complicated to comprehend. So as with some sort of research, you'll got to know like at which part your application is giving a prompt that it need to register itself. So with some sort of research or with some sort of the code scanning and code review, you'll able to figure out, if you look into this part of the window, well, this part shows you the memory registers, this part show you your stack value in the memory, and this part show you the XKI and again the memory addressing part. In which part I'm much more interested in this, the middle part of this is this part. So after some sort of evaluation, some sort of code analysis, you will get to know like at which part your application, at which memory part, at which memory address your application is giving us a prompt, so that you need to register your application and your evaluation copy got expired. So when you press Ctrl G, here you can type in the memory address so that you can jump onto any specific memory address, so forth. So after some sort of research or after some sort of like code evaluation, we'll figure out that at this memory address 43FF47, if we'll type into the box and then click on OK, we'll able to figure out that there is a tag called reminder. If you'll able to see onto your screen, again we'll type it 43FF47. Yeah. Wait, Control G. Yeah, here is it. You see all this? So yeah, at this part our application is prompting that you need to you're expired with the evaluation copy, and you need to whether you need to buy this software or you need to remove it from your machine. So why would I'm going to remove this machine if I'm a hacker? So I can play with it and just try to figure out that how I can remove this specific tag and use it for free. So what we need to do is just right click onto this part, fine, and go to this binary part and go to this fill with knobs. So what you need to do is just need to click onto it, right click on this specific line and go to binary, then you need to go to fill with knobs. Knobs means no operations. When we click in no operations, you can see onto your screen the code part is filled with knob, which is no operations. So wherever this reminder application reminds the software that you need to do this and that, this sort of app processing. So once I'll fill this specific statement with no instructions or no operations, then there is no meaning left about this statement, and the meaning of this statement is remain unwanted, or what you can say that the effectiveness of this statement is dissolved now. So once I done with this, once you achieved till this part, what you need to do is just again right click onto the application, go to the copy to executable and select all modifications. Okay, now what you need to do, I'm again repeating it, just right click onto the application, go to copy to executable and go to all modifications. Once you go to all modification, then click on copy all. Once you click on copy all, you will see another dialog window, another window onto your screen. Your main window is behind, the one which you have created just now is this one. So what you need to do is just need to save this application as, or I say save file. Just click on save file and here's you can save the file with some other name or some other location. So I'm just saving it onto my documents. Okay, so once you have make once you click on the copy to executable part, you just need to save your application with any name. So I'm just choosing the same name. What just make sure that you choose some other location rather than putting your application to the same place or onto the program files. So I'll just putting in my documents with the name of winrar.exe. So what I have just achieved now is just once if I'll see this application now, this is my what I'll call it patch. So whenever you download a patch from like different applications and different software, okay, so it's same as like that, you have created a patch for your application, so you can replace this application with the one which is already installed into your program files. So let's see if I'm able to replace this application with the one I already have in my program file. So what will happen? So just copy this application and or what, or just double click onto it, and you will see whether this application is giving you any sort of prompt or not. So yeah, here's, so it will not show me any sort of prompt, but if I open another application, the one which is already installed to my machine, so now this one is giving me a prompt. So this application is act as a patch. So what I can do is just simply copy this application and put it into my program files in WinRAR, and I can replace the original file of WinRAR with this one. So if I click it again onto my application, that is definitely sure that it will not give me any sort of prompt to ask me for like some money, or I just need to purchase the software, or either I need to remove it from my machine. So here I just created a new patch for my WinRAR application, and I can use it for free for a lifetime. That is the best part. So isn't it cool? Yeah. So simple some steps what I can do is I just show you how to create a patch application. Now once I am done with this part, what I need to do is just if I click my this patch application and click onto this about WinRAR and all, this seems like little bit awkward. So I just wanted to remove this 40 days trial period copy and stuff like that. So what I can do, I just need to open this application in a software which I just told you before is Resource Hacker. So you just need to go to your application, that is your software, that is your Resource Hacker. It's again a hacker tool, and just need to import that file into it. So where is it? It is in my document. Yeah, here's it. And here you can like just go to menu, and there are the different section where you can click and put it, and you can see like what actually the different menu bars of this application. So once you click onto the code part, it'll show you the graphical user interface part of the application, and here is the behind the code part of the application. So you don't need to jumble too much, you don't need to borrow too much. So I'm just looking for this part. Yeah, sure. So this is the thing which I need to manipulate and which I need to change. I just wanted to remove it. So here I just go, yeah, here I'm able to figure it out. Yeah, there's the application, you just need to remove it. Fine, just type in here full version, okay, and copyright it to here. I can also change the copyright part, that is copyrighted at the rate 2013, and here I can put this that's name is, it's my name, that is, so I put it here is Navy. So okay, and three, I just put it in bus. Yeah, so yeah, I'm done with that. So I just click on the compile script. Yeah, I'm done with the compiling part, and then you can see onto your the right bottom corner here, you can see what actually your softwares look like. You know, it's written over here full version and translated by copyright to 2013 Innobuzz Navy. So yeah, that's cool. So you just save this application. Once you're done with the saving part, you just simply save it. Yeah, okay, or just press it Control S, just close this application, then go back to your main application that you have just created, the patch one. Where's my patch? Here it is. So you just need to double, okay, yeah, here is just you need to double click onto it. So once you just import that copy of your WinRAR patch into your Resource Hacker, it just already make a backup of your original file. So you do not need to worry about if you're like end up with something horrible, or you can say end up with something breaking down your application. So you do not need to worry about your main application. So you already for a sake of like it already create a backup for your main application. So yeah, so you just click onto your patch application, you just see and go check whether they have made. Yeah, that's cool, really nice. Yeah, so now I can see my software is full version, I can use this patch. So on the final note, what I am going to do is just simply going to copy this application and put it into my C drive program files and replace it with my main WinRAR file. Yeah, so where is it, my main WinRAR file? So if I'm just going to paste it, yeah, I'm going to replace it. That's really cool. So now see whether this application is going to give me any prompt of like software expiration or not. That's cool, man. Yeah, so here I just made an full version of WinRAR 3.71 application that is at no cost. This is all about reverse engineering. Thank you.